Greetings, everyone. I am F. Keith Slaughter, Senior Servant of the Beloved Community Church of Atlanta. Our ministry began 5 years ago with a few dedicated souls who were dedicated to serving our people and worshiping our God. We are a small church. However, since we began, we have slowly grown from a mere idea into a thriving, busy, and dynamic presence in the Pittsburgh community of Atlanta, Georgia. The coronavirus pandemic indelibly altered the work of our ministry. The food and resources gap between the poor and others has widened right before our eyes. As the world around us changed, we recognized the need to expand our already established food pantry to include a food sharing component for children and adults in our community. We now serve hot meals, sandwiches, snacks, and beverages 3 days a week and provide emergency food pantry access throughout the week. The times required that we expand our capacity to serve, but we had inadequate facilities needed to do the work. To that end, we recently acquired a historic Pittsburgh landmark formerly known as Little Zion Baptist Church. Our plan is to transition our food pantry and resource brokerage center, including a new day shelter component, into the Little Zion Annex of the Beloved Community Church. We need room to grow, and I need your help to make it happen. The food pantry will give community members and their families access to nutritious food in a clean and healthy environment. The Resource Brokerage Center will connect persons to information and benefits available to them, while the day shelter will create space for showers and personal care, cell phone recharging stations, and other help for our unsheltered sisters and brothers. So here's the ask. I'm asking you to be mindful and prayerful around your possible role in helping us to take care of some good people who need to feel the experience of human love, care, and compassion in the midst of their struggle. After considering the possibilities, I ask that you would share your best gift with us to help us renovate the building, put on a new roof, replace the damaged flooring, and rebuild the handicap ramp to make it a bright, healthy, secure space for healing and restoration to occur. I believe that this is good ground. Won't you help us by investing in making Dr. King's vision of the beloved community a blessed reality? You can help us by cash apping us at $the beloved community. You may also go to my website, Dr.FKeithSlaughter.org, and make a PayPal donation. But however you give, make sure you give to this good and worthy cause.
Y'all know what it is.
I can't sit at the seat of the scornful. Run away, run away, run away. Those wolves in sheep clothing.
Come on.
Run away. Take back what you stole from me. Compensate. They keep lying, man, and I can't relate. Run away, run away, run away. Mr. Slaughter D called me Trap Pastor. I talk slow, but you know I rap faster. Right. Hard rhymes, I'm as serious as cancer. Recognize you ain't a slave, you a master. Came here on the bottom of the bowl. Right. Can't flow, so I had to backstroke. Coming up on the verses that I rode. Every day I slang hope, not dough. Black excellence, down with the team. Malcolm X's nightmare, Martin Luther's dream. Fight the power, can you feel what I mean? Like Rakim said, I'm a microphone fiend. Came south on a special invitation. I say a word on the current situation. No delay, no more hesitation. All you fists up, take your preparation. Sucker.
Y'all know what it is.
I can't sit in the seat of the scornful. Run away, run away, run away. Those wolves of sheep clothing. Come on, run away. Take back what you stole from me. Compensate. They keep lying, man, and I can't relate. Run away, run away, run away. Yeah, so you think you can run away from reality? You think you can run away from the problems? You think you can find yourself someplace else to go where there's no God? Hey man, wherever you go, God is already there waiting on you. So stop running. And if you gotta run, tie your shoe. Sucker.
So you quit tripping. That's why you tie your shoe. What is that? That shit's crazy. Thank you. I deserve it. And I appreciate it. And it made me feel good. It gave me a chance to do the that was fun. That was worth it. Y'all remember when Negroes used to do that and thought it was cool? Y'all thought that was cool. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Damn, that's funny. Woo. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is you're checking out this show. Man, welcome to another episode of The Situation with your brother, Dr.FKeith, slaughtering intentionally Afrocentric live streaming infotainment variety talk experience coming your way Monday through Thursday, most weeks out of the year. We just won't stop. We too pesky to go away. We continue to traffic in truth-telling each and every day on the dopest show you never heard of. But you can help people other than you hear of it by going to trappastor.com and tell them to go to trappastor.com to scroll to the bottom of the page, choose a platform, and open it up and bump us. All right? Also, if you want to see the archive shows, make sure you check YouTube, where you can see archived editions, episodes of this particular show, as well as worship services from the Beloved Community Church of Atlanta, which I know you thoroughly enjoy as well. And so, today is Deuce Day. Today is 2/22/2022. I don't know, that ain't never coming back again in the world. 2/22/2022. And so for all of the twos out there and everybody who love two supposed to be for love. Two, I mean, because it take two to make anything. You know what I'm saying? Some folks say it take one, but hell, you need 2 ones to get 2. And then once you get 2, then you can do a lot of things. I remember when I was pledging my fraternity, and it was me and my LB. God rest the soul of Todd A.R. Turner, the 2. If it was not for Todd A.R. Turner, the 2, me, Slaughter, the 1, would not have been able to complete the journey. I needed the 2 in order to be the 1. Do you see? Anyway, lessons you learn in life, shout it. What up, Real Ware? You know I love you, brother. So, today I want to do something different. I want to start off with, and y'all, you can cut that music right there, because I want to for you to take a look at something. There's been some controversy, some minor controversy that arose over the singing of the national anthem at the All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game, which took place on Sunday. Now, I didn't see it. I think I drank too much earlier, and I went to sleep, and I just missed it. I think we was watching Power. We was watching Tommy, watching Power. We didn't even. I'm tired of Negroes running and jumping and stuff, so I just didn't want to see it. I wasn't excited about it, and because of the lackluster reports that I heard about the what you call it, what is the slam dunk contest, I was like, ain't nobody excited, so I ain't excited neither. At any rate, I was on the FB and I was looking on my page, and something popped up from one of my former students who was a doctoral student. She always posts some what would be considered provocative kind of critical thinking questions. And so I enjoy engaging that kind of post. And so I like stuff that's either real raunchy and ignorant or stuff that makes you think. Stuff in the middle, I don't too much mess with. So at any rate, so she posted this thing. And she posted a piece on people laughing about the singing of the national anthem by Macy Gray. Miggly, will you bump that piece, please, so people can see what she was talking
Here to
about
perform the Star Spangled Banner
and what I'm talking
is
about.
an acclaimed singer, songwriter, and a Grammy
Check it
Award
out.
winner from Canton, Ohio, Macy Gray.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly
Watch you pull that mic away.
and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave
See what you pull that mic
o'er
away?
the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right. I was going to see if that had the same impact on me that it did this morning when I looked at it. And yes, it did. That's the first time I ever felt anything when I heard the national anthem song, white folks' national anthem. I ain't never felt nothing but contempt when I hear that. I always sit. I never stand. My family doesn't stand. I taught my children not to stand for that. I remember once we was down in Florida, man, at a graduation. And, man, it was, I mean, you could count the black people, and it was a couple of thousand people out there, and you can count the black people on 2 or 3 hands. And they sang the national anthem, all them crackers stood up. I sat my ass and my family, we sat our ass right there. Felt very uncomfortable, but we couldn't honor that shit, and we couldn't allow them to think that we honor it, because it doesn't honor us, so we don't honor what doesn't honor us. And that's what I taught my family, my children. So what my dear sister did was post a post, and what she did was ask a question about what was wrong with her performance, because obviously some people on social media were clowning her performance, and particularly they were looking at LeBron James's response, and it looked as if he was amused by the singing. Now, Macy Gray is a special person, right? I think, when Macy Gray a school teacher or something? She's not an ignorant woman. She's not mentally ill. She's not drunk. She's not none of that. She's an artist. And what she does is, whenever she has to perform in front of a large amount of people, or she goes into character, right? That's what we do here every day. These men in this room know right now, from the time that music started playing, I got a totally different energy. Because I got to go into character, because I'm doing something different with my mind and my body that takes a lot of energy. So what she does is she has a certain kind of movement and a certain kind of way that she, I think, channels the power and the energy of the ancestors. Anyway, what the sister wrote was, the post says, how y'all thought Macy Gray was supposed to sound? She sounded the way she always sounds. And what I wrote in response was, her presentation emitted the requisite pain, humiliation, and embarrassment felt by our ancestors, and which should be felt by all descendants of the captured and enslaved when forced to laud your enslaver's victory over your people. Macy is a unique black personality in that she obviously channels and appropriates black suffering in song and cinema. She exposes Ma'afa, and that makes black people who don't want to make white people uncomfortable, I think. When I say Ma'afa, I'm referring to the grievous wound that is on the psyche and the personality of black people. It's the grievous wound that is caused by white supremacy that continues to eat away at us each and every day. There is not a day, there is not a moment that this insidious dis-ease does not cause angst, anxiety, pain, and suffering within the psyche of a black person that's paying attention to what's going on around them. And when you allow yourself to be able to be connected to your ancestors, when you cease to repress and deny the power of the blood that runs from us and connects us to a very wicked past. If you refuse to and you desire to repress that power, that blood, that energy, then that's you. But some of us grab a hold of that energy. We don't see that energy as being negative. That energy is that which sustained our people. That's the energy that allowed us to grab a hold of the strength and the power to be able to roll with the punches and to throw back a few of our own, if you see what I'm saying. And so when I hear Macy Gray sing the white folks' national anthem, she sang it like it ought to be sung by black people. It ought to be filled with memories of the pain and the suffering of our people. We ought to be singing our national anthem, because their national anthem makes fun of us, makes sport of us, and it denies our perspective of history. The rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air did not burst in celebration for black freedom. It did for white. And white ain't black, and black ain't white. And that's the situation. You want to know what the deal is? Hell yeah. I think I put that down pretty good. It's all right. Done better, done worse. Thanks, Amber, for giving me something to reflect on. Yeah. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on today, man, and I want to tell you about some of it that I've learned about since I talked to you the last time that I talked to you. Bust this, y'all. It's, so, you know, when white folks have to talk about the evil that white folks do, very, very rarely do they speak in direct and head-on kind of unambiguous language. The language is usually filled with ambiguity, and it's filled with a sense of wishy-washiness around what's actually going down. Well, sisters and brothers, let me share with you, as your president, old Sleepy Joe, gets ready to speak on the Ukraine crisis, the reality of what is happening appears to be, at this point, the beginning of an invasion. I said yesterday, you don't bring 170, or however many people they got, to the border of another sovereign country unless you're intending on invading it. There's no other reason for you to move your military to the border. They've also actually, the reality is, they have actually invaded to what are known as dissident territories in Ukraine, meaning these are territories wherein the majority of the people are actually predominantly ethnically Russian, for whatever that means. You know, white folks got different cultures just like black folks got different cultures. They just got sense enough to know that when they see somebody black, all of them fighting whoever black. We ain't figured that out, that all of us got to fight them. They clear on that. But they got the other piece down too, that they need to fight each other, and they want to fight each other, right? And that's what they're doing. So this is a top story today. At 1 o'clock, Biden is supposed to speak. And I don't know what he's going to say. What he going to say? Oh, we're getting ready to respond to all of those guns with some, sanctions. This looks like it's kind of like that video. Y'all seen that video? I know y'all have. The brother in South Carolina, this old white dude, go call this big old black dude a nigga. and it was funny because if he get charged for this, which he might, because that shit on film. But what he did was gave that white man a whooping. He didn't try to kill him. He didn't try to hurt. He didn't even hit him with his fist. He was hitting them open hand. I mean, when you talk about slapping the shit out of somebody, he slapped that dude around. I was like, damn, that one word got that old white man the ass whooping of his life. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me think about, you know, this whole thing with the difference between sanctions and a militarized invasion. They're kind of out of balance in my thinking. At any rate, the Ukraine basically has been invaded. However, it just depends on what Ukraine's response is, I guess. I guess that determines what happens next. Anyway, your president gonna talk about it later on today as we count down the possibility of world war on the European continent. Okie dokie, let's go to the African continent. Okay, there we go. Man, this thing talking about it don't know who I am. Okay, here we go. Where's my new daddy is? Africa. Bam. All right, so Mali's parliament voted on yesterday on a plan allowing the transitional government that is now in place to rule for the next 5 years, in line with a proposal by the authorities. On last Thursday, the ECOWAS mediator for Mali will lead a mission on a timetable for elections. You know, ECOWAS means, was it Economic States of Western Africa or something like that? Yeah, I think that's what it means. Economic, yeah. States of Economic West African States, ECOWAS, that's the acronym. Anyway, they're doing the mediation between Mali, the country, and its former colonizer, France. And this is a new charter that's coming about since regional sanctions have hit Mali in January. And those have come as a result of them delaying elections. Well, they just said, hey, man, boom, we're going to wait 5 years. And in 5 years, we'll have an election. There it is. Okay, in Ethiopia, Sanal Patel of Power is reporting that Ethiopia began delivering power from a 375 megawatt turbine at the Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. The Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed inaugurated the project in a celebration broadcast widely in East Africa, on the East African nation, on this past Sunday. Officials hailed the project's first power as a crucial achievement that has taken more than a decade to deliver. Now, it's cool that they got electricity that is now being generated from this new power station, but it's being generated through a dam, and they dam a tributary of the Nile River. You know, and I know that dams reconfigure the ecosystem wherever they are put into place. And so, yeah, there are some people who will be receiving electricity through it, and that's a good thing. And that's a step forward in the right direction, people would think. But at the same time, it also causes a major disturbance in the ecosystem and the natural environment around where this dam was constructed. But that is what that is. They should be getting some electricity in some places in Ethiopia now as a result of that. That's cool. I got this story, man, about this brother, a doctor from Nigeria who practices in South Florida. And this dude's name is Onyekachi Nwabuko. Onyekachi Nwabuko, 44 years old. Well, he was taken into custody the other day because there was a woman in the emergency room who he believed was faking a seizure, so he commenced to slapping her. He started slapping the woman. Yeah, he started slapping the woman, and because he didn't believe that she was having a real seizure. And yeah, and it's just unbelievable how people be bugging. But again, that's that doctor, that God complex that, and I ain't even talk about the other ethnicity pieces and the kind of arrogance that is shown by certain folks. I ain't even get into all that. Just suffice it to say that dude is in some trouble because he done slapped the hell out. We got a picture of the woman he slapped. Is that this was a black woman? It was a white woman. If it was a white woman, he going to jail. Yeah, the doctor or no doctor. Hell, you can't be around here slapping these good white people and stuff. Like that man did up there in South Carolina. Slapped that man down. He slapped the hell out of that cracker. Next, let's see here. Let's come closer to home. That's enough of that. Oh, I did want to tell you this about what's going on in the world. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, and that was, let me see here. That ain't what man, people be sending me all kind of stuff, and they be sending it to me right in the middle of my stuff. Okay, here we go. So what's happening in this country? I wanted to share with you the story, and then we're probably going to deal with it. With one of my guests, we're going to deal with it go in depth on it. Well, this is breaking news this morning. A jury in Brunswick, Georgia, unanimously found Travis McMichael, his daddy, Greg, and their buddy, their homie, Roddy Bryan, found them guilty on all counts in a federal hate crimes trial. Ashe. Now that's where hand claps go right there. Yep. The jury deliberated for less than a day. At the heart of this case was a question of whether or not race was a motivating factor in why the three defendants chased and shot Ahmaud Arbery, say his name, Ahmaud Arbery, as he ran through their coastal Georgia neighborhood back in, I guess, 2 years ago this week, actually. And so the federal charges carried a maximum life sentence. The defendants will have 14 days to appeal. They already have been convicted of murder and given life sentences in the state trial. And so I don't know what this is going to do, but they need to just be locked up forever and 2 or 3 days. Like 2 or 3 days, like after forever pass, then they should come up for parole. But won't nobody be here but them then, so that's all good. All right. But you know what, y'all, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna talk about it with my guests, because this is a bunch of damn foolishness, actually. Black people know every time white people do something to us is because of race. I don't even know why they spend all that time to try to determine that. We already know that shit. Anyway. Let me see. Next. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the... Okay, so we got that out of the way. The next story is that I got, oh yeah, another big national story. And like I said, I don't give a damn about sports per se, but what sports is a reflection of society. And so if we're going to be looking at sports in order to be able to critically reflect about what's happening in society, then I can see that. Otherwise, it's a distraction. But of course, it shows us another look at what we look like, what America looks like. Okay. So there's a sports star. This brother who played for the Michigan Wolverines back in the day, the Fab Five or Four. however many it was of them, him and Chris Webber and a couple of more of them. Jawan Howard. Who was it? Jawan Howard, Chris Webber. Who else was? Joy who? Jawan Howard. Yeah, that's his name. But what's the other dude that be on the talking on TV? What's that dude name? I know Chris Webber, but it's a nothing. The one that played guard. No. Y'all don't know. I can't think of the man's name. I'll think of it in a little bit. Anyway, and he ain't said nothing yet that I heard. But it's so Jawan Howard a couple of days ago on national television. He did reach out and touch the coach from Wisconsin. We don't know everything that was said, but they was leaving the court. He was going about his business, and somebody said something. They had been arguing. He turned around, and it looked like he did lay hands on the man, kind of. At any rate, this is unprecedented. The head coach of the University of Michigan, Jawan Howard, has been suspended for 5 games, which is the entirety of the season. And more than likely, I don't know, it doesn't say he was fired, but more than likely he won't be returning. And so I'm wondering what we can learn from that, right? Jawan Howard working his dream job. Of course, that's the job of his dreams. He's coaching the team that he went to out of high school. Went to the pros off from that team, you know, and was able to come back and be the coach, the head coach. So, you know, I know you got to maintain a certain decorum when you're elevated to a certain space and given authority. But they didn't say that when Bobby Knight was the coach. Bobby Knight act a fool, slob, roll in the floor, throw chairs down the court in the middle of the damn game. Put people's lives, actually lives, at stake. And he never had to experience that kind of serious reprimand. He quit on his own terms when he got ready. But Jawan Howard, man, it's a good possibility that he will not be returning to his alma mater. This is what he said in a statement after the suspension, this 5-game suspension. He said, after taking time to reflect on all that happened, I realized how unacceptable both my actions and words were and how they affected so many. I am truly sorry. That's what y'all be doing. I'm offering my sincerest apology to my players and their families, my staff, my family, and the Michigan fans around the world. I would like to personally apologize to Wisconsin's assistant coach, Joel Krabenhoff, and his family too. Lastly, I speak aloud about being a Michigan man and representing the University of Michigan with class and pride. I did not do that, nor did I set the right example in the right way for my student athletes. I will learn from my mistake, and this mistake will never happen again. No excuses. Well, they lost 77-63. He was mad. And so now somebody else got to coach his team the rest of the season. But trust me, you know and I know, they didn't want him being the head coach in the first place. And all they was doing was waiting for when he slipped up. And he did. And so now they got him. And that's just life in America. That's just how it go. And I'm gonna be honest, I ain't got no damn sympathy for that. You know you in that space. And folks, And I know people gonna get mad at me about that, but I don't care. You know, I'm just saying, you already up in their system. You up in their system. You know how their system work. Then work within their system. You can't be getting mad because you lose a damn game, homie. Ain't nobody told that Negro that. It don't make no difference. It's a game. You gonna get your check. You was 8-7 in the conference. I mean, hell, you did a decent job, had a winning record. Nah, you know, all that's up in the air. Again, y'all be acting like white folks don't run this shit. White folks run this shit. And so they gonna run you in the ground whenever they get a chance because they don't think that you ought to be in the position that you in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, hopefully you get a job in the NBA coaching or something. You're a decent dude, I guess. One of the 3 former Minneapolis police charged in federal court with violating George Floyd's civil rights. Say his name, George Floyd. He went and he did the thing the white folks been doing lately now. He went to court and went to crying. He said, well, he didn't, you know, they don't never cry. They don't drop no tears. They just go to whining and talking and their voice start trembling because they don't want to go see Leroy. And Leroy is there waiting for them in prison in order to make them their roommate. And they don't want to be roommates with Leroy because they believe Leroy going to slap him like that white man in South Carolina. So they go in, they do their thing. Kim Potter did it last week. She cried her way. She cried so hard and sniveled. She didn't cry because didn't one tear fall. But she sniveled and whimpered and whined. And then white folks allied with the Asian community against the black community over a few white woman's tears. And the white woman wasn't even crying, but the Asian judge, she went to crying for real. Have you ever in your life seen a judge cry for the damn defendant? The hell out of here. I could see him crying for the victim, for the victim's family. But that's how white folks do, man. She got the damn, you know, like I'm saying, and Asians think they white, and they are. Let me just say this. Asians and whites are the only persons on the globe who still have Neanderthal DNA. Don't ever believe anything I say. Google that. Google that. They got Neanderthal DNA in their bodies right now. Asians and whites. Okay? There is no real separation between Europe and Asia. It's just a mountain range. They're the same people. They all the same, and they against us. And they show us that they're against us. You had to look deeper in, you got to do your little DNA Googles and see if I'm lying when I say that the only people on the planet that have residual DNA from, who are them people I said? The Neanderthals. Just Google it. Okay? I ain't lying.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, another national story. So Brian Flores, who filed a racial discrimination lawsuit against the NFL and 3 of his teams, has been named senior defensive assistant and linebackers coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So now he on the only team in the NFL that got a black coach anyway. So they were like, Negro, you can go to work for another black man, but you ain't getting your own team no more. We know you won most of your games the seasons that you coach. We know you had a winning record, but hell, we'll take a white man who say he got a black daddy.
Bullshit.
Oh my goodness, this shit's crazy, y'all. This is a crazy world.
Bullshit.
Finally, let's get closer to home and get out of here so I can get to my guest. I don't know if y'all heard anything about the Atlanta Trailblazers. Anybody heard anything about the Atlanta Trailblazers? I hadn't either. Well, about 5 dozen players came from all over the country to participate in the Atlanta Trailblazers athletic program, a program that purportedly was affiliated with Atlanta Technical College, designed to train and enroll aspiring college players for a second chance at the sport. The players and the coaches say the program abruptly folded, and one of the people who moved from New York down here to try out for this team been sleeping in his car because the hotel they were staying in, they no longer staying in. And did I forget to say that Atlanta Technical College ain't got no football team? ain't never had one. The whole thing was a scam from jump. And it's unfortunate that people who were pursuing their dreams have been bilked into wasting their time and put in some difficult situations. I hear here that Mayor Andre Dickens is kicking off Atlanta's first ever Peace Week with a series of events across the city. Well, the mayor didn't tell me nothing about it, but I guess it's still official. It's going on through this weekend. And so the purpose of Peace Week ATL is to rebuild and strengthen the social fabric of Atlanta as cities across the country grapple with violence. Remember I told you when I was preaching on Sunday, look over there, we talking about crime. Don't look over there where gentrification is happening. You know what I'm saying? You looking over there right while we taking your neighborhoods over there. And pretty soon ain't gonna even be no damn Atlanta. And speaking of which, Sorry Not Sorry. Y'all heard that song? Y'all seen the little video? The sister Big Retta, what you call it? Omeretta. She call herself Big Retta. And I ain't mad. I like her swag and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. Hell, I like Megan Thee Stallion. Hell, what the hell, you know, what do I know? But at any rate, she's singing this song and telling everybody that wasn't born and graded that you ain't from Atlanta. And people start feeling all types of way about that. You know, I don't give a damn what people say about me in Atlanta. I love Atlanta, and I might not was born here, but hell, I done paid enough taxes in this mug. And I have lived here longer than I ever lived any other place in my life. I've been here, man, 25 years. And so a young lady saying that I ain't Atlanta really don't make me feel nothing. But what was so interesting about the whole thing is her video, which she filmed, and she done got over 1 million hits, I think, on this thing, which is what she was intending to do, I think. Well, what's so interesting is that she filmed the video in damn Cobb County.
Why?
In front of the Cobb County Braves Stadium. And I think that was real ignorant, and whoever, commissioned that should have done some research. When we come back, I got a special guest in the studio. It's time to chop it up with my dear sister. And I saw somebody else up in here, man, and I don't know what was going on. Where they go? I got one sister I got to get in for. I get my other sister in. Y'all got to let me see you so I can know what's going on. Because I ain't got nobody working with me, you know what I'm saying? So, hell, I thought you had peeped in, didn't like it, and left. I don't know. When we come back, man, special guest in the studio, so you just stay tuned, okay? And we're going to chop it up, man. My name is Slaughter. Make sure you tell your people and your people's people to go to trappastor.com. That's TRAPPASTOR.com. When you get there, scroll to the bottom of the page, choose an icon which represents a platform, either Facebook Live, Instagram Live, Twitch, or YouTube. And if you choose YouTube, where incidentally the shows are archived, you can go back and check any one of them out by going to the situation with Dr. F.Keith Slaughter. But make sure you get notified. Make sure you be liking us and loving us. And make sure you be sharing our stuff. And make sure you let your people know this is where. What did the man say? What the mayor say? The most righteous show on the internet is found. My name is Slaughter. I'll be black in a minute with more of this thing called a situation. So don't you go anywhere. And we're open.
We're open.
Yes, we're open.
We are open, and Sandtown Pub is ready to serve you. We're taking precautions, wearing masks, wearing gloves, sanitizing, and practicing social distancing. We've even partnered with local leaders to hand out free masks. So stop by and enjoy our outdoor patio, dine in, call ahead for pickup, get Uber Eats and DoorDash delivery, or order online at www.sandtownpub.com.
Peace, family. It's your girl, Shelly Set with Sun Goddess Scents, your one-stop natural shop. We are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, booth 225, inside the Forest Park International Discount Mall in Forest Park, Georgia. Come check us out. You can get your health and beauty items, aromatherapy, skincare, Pan-African apparel, and more. You can reach us at 404-434-7963 or sungoddess_scents on IG, or sungoddess.scents on IG, or Sun Goddess Scents like page on Facebook. Peace.
Hi, I'm Broderick Gooch.
And I'm Tian Gooch.
And we're Gooch's Goodies.
Here at Gooch's Goodies, we specialize in delivering smiles and satisfaction to your home with our high-quality food at affordable prices.
Our signature sauces and dishes will guarantee a flavor that your family will love, and that's a Gooch's Goodies guarantee. You can follow us on Facebook,
DoorDash,
and Grubhub. See you soon.
don't understand. The pandemic is the plan to get the heart of man. Give me the hue and the human and it's not a tan. Melanin, mother of the civil lands. Hieroglyphics encrypted in stolen sand. Don't tell me about no Dr. Ben. Yo, hocking in. Astroplaning with every page and back again. With my head up, with my hands high. The truth exists in the whirlwind. That's how they lie. By any means necessary. This ain't no movie, baby. The mental parasites is meant to keep the soldiers lazy or keep them booty crazy. And she like, F you pay me. And that's just some of the narrative that they sell to babies. Nothing and everything keep amazing me. We thriving in these times if we ain't under world's calamity. Dazzle me, put out them stones and work this alchemy. It's time to see what all this knowledge is really supposed to be. You can't harm me. You can't tell my story. And we drip. It's all over me. We got to work the room magically. Cause we rock. You can't harm me. You can't tell my story. And we drip. It's all over me. Yeah, I got to work the room magically. Like Dr. Sabi, Mama Wilson, Dr. Amos Wilson, you know who else in. Ancestors will give the blessing. Libation on my heart before we start to bring them back in. Jewel Pookrum, Bobby Hemmett, living legend. So many that I can name, gotta wash it in my baby's brain. Dr. John Henry Clark say his name. After the real history, yo, you never the same. Like the magic on the rock on my pinky ring. Baba Baruti and Mama Ya, keeping the nation on the bill like warriors. Everything been about us, cause we the ones. And then they say it's pagan to acknowledge the God. Then they try to take Egypt above of Africa. My yacht just keeping the balance just for the love. Even if you mention it like Nick and Grip, you're wrong. Like Bob say the karma is one, cause redemption's your song. Cause we rock. You can't harm me. You can't tell my story. And we drift. It's all over me. We got to work the room magically. Cause we rock. You can't harm me. You can't tell my story. And we drip. It's all over me. Yeah, I got to work the room magically. Oh. I stand in the light of my ancestors, time before time. Absolute truth reigns supreme, and my nation's narrative is all mine. Feel the power of transcending quantum lines. In the age of Aquarius, I shine. Feel free to fly. And they try to bury us and plant the seed. Cause we rock. You can't harm me.
We back and we black. We back and we black. That's Sharice Nicole, right? Up under me. All right, that's Atlanta owned Sharice Nicole. I don't know if she was born here. Welcome black. Yeah, you got me black again. Yeah, it's all good. Look at that. You see how I look on there? I look like a black superhero. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm made out of vibranium. You know what I'm saying? Look at that vibranium. You know what I'm talking about? Welcome back to the show, man. We're up in here trafficking in truth-telling today, and my first guest is an author as well as a state and national title holder. Specifically, she is Miss Florida's Classic Woman, as well as Miss American Beauties plus Classic Women 2019 through 2020. And you know they ain't have no contest in 21 and 22. So she it, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, put your hands together for our dear sister, Queen Sabrina Zinamon.
Hi, everyone.
Wave at your subjects. She came fully queen up. You be rolling.
Yes.
That's a dope crown. I need one of them.
Well, I do have to tell you something. It was a pageant last year.
Okay.
And I was crowned the very first Miss Royalty America Plus.
Oh, so you had a new
so I had
title.
In Chicago.
In Chi-Town City.
And I represented Georgia.
Okay.
I was Miss Royalty Georgia, Miss Georgia Royalty. Yeah. So I do have a new crown, yes.
So when you competing in these competitions, what generally is your talent during the talent portion?
Well, the talent is optional. So I didn't do talent.
Okay, what'd you do?
But I did spokesmodel, which you introduce your platform. My platform is Stand Against Bullying.
Okay.
Because I was bullied the majority of my life. And I felt like I would be a good person to talk about that and to represent that as an educator and representing students, children from all walks of life, and not just children, but also plus size women such as myself. Ashe.
So I get it. You do the spokesmodel thing.
Spokesmodel, and it's also an interview. It's more than beauty. Back in the day, they just crown you for your beauty.
Well, you would have won with that for that if they had just had it for that, just beauty. But now they want to bring brains in.
Well, beauty and brains, and so I win a crown, so I got brains too.
I'm telling you, that's a dope crown.
Yeah, it is.
I need me one of them.
Thank you to Royalty International Pageant for awesome crown and awesome people and awesome organization. But on my book, on the back, it says I represented the state of Florida because at that time I was residing in Florida. But I'm also a Georgia girl. So they call me Georgia Florida Queen.
The Georgia Florida Queen.
Because I won for Florida and representing Florida and representing Georgia. Anyway.
Okay, all right. And so what part of Georgia you from?
I'm from a little small town in Baxley, Georgia.
Baxley?
Baxley.
Yeah.
Great things come from a small
That's
town.
off 75, man.
No, it's not off 75.
Where's Baxley? I've seen the sign before.
Not off the interstate, I don't think. But it's about an hour from Brunswick.
Okay, down yonder way.
And about an hour and a half from Savannah.
Okay, I've been down that way.
Cross, Vidalia.
You see it when you're going up. What's that highway to take you to Savannah? Huh?
Yeah, you probably see it in,
Yeah, 16. I know I didn't see it
on the interstate. And it's okay. It's a awesome city.
I'm sure.
Properly with some amazing family from Arkansas.
Really? People always amaze me, though, when people automatically assume that you don't know nothing about state geography. Yeah. I'm a geography expert. Hell, I know about places all over Georgia, all over the southeastern United States, all over the United States. I've been around the world once, seen everything twice.
Well, that's good. I'm happy.
I mean, I could take you. I could take Queen. I could take you some places in this world. I ain't lying. You ain't didn't even know your queendom expanded that far.
My queenship is expanding.
No doubt.
God is good.
Every day. Yeah, most of the times too.
Yes.
All right. So you are, and I immediately introduced you as an author. And you wrote a beautiful children's book.
Yes.
And it appears that you're very, very proud of it. And I think you ought to be. What's the name of it? And talk about it, please.
Well, the name of my first children's book is a series. This is the first. It's called Zinamon Girl. And it says, what's in a name? And when I read it to a group of children, a diverse group of children, they all could relate. I'm not going to give you too much about the book because you have to purchase. It's on Amazon.com. And it tells about a little girl that was adopted by her grandparents. Parents abandoned her, rejected her, but her grandparents took her in. And it's a lot of that going on to this day. And they showed a lot of love their way. And they also taught her how to respect anyone. So somebody in the book that should have been an inspiration to her or inspiring her, it was a form of bully that they did. Basically, it was a teacher.
Okay.
Yeah. So
is this autobiographical in any way?
It could be, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
this right here is about me. Yes.
You the Zinamon Girl.
Yes.
That's a beautiful thing.
It could be
you
me.
You can't tell us how it came out. You can't tell us the end.
It could be me, what she went through. It could be you.
It could be me, yeah.
It could be you, and you.
I generally
The
don't
story
talk
is
about.
awesome.
Well, I have talked about being bullied. I was bullied like in the 3rd grade.
Oh, that's
and like from the 3rd grade, yeah, it was tough, man. But I made it through. Dude stabbed me with pencil, take my new tablets and stuff.
And do you know the reason why he did that?
Well, hell, cause he could. Cause he was badder than me at the time. But I do want to say though, when we got in either 11th or 12th grade, he joined the football team, I think in the 11th grade, and I had already, I had been a perennial letterman by that time, and I was the captain, I think, by that time, and he joined the team, and I finally got a chance to get him, and I whooped that Negro pretty good that day. I skeeted him in the face. It was after the football practice, bruh. It was after football practice, and we had this, the starters. They gave us, it's somehow them white folks did us. They gave us the soap in like a spray container, and we could spray ourselves with soap. And he wasn't no starter, so he didn't get no spray thing. And so the Negro wanted to take my spray thing, and I was like, okay, let's do this. And I broke that thing out in his face. I skeeted him in the face with soap, and then I just kneed him all in his privacies and just beat the hell out of him. And had been wanting to do that since the 3rd grade, and I got a chance to do that. So that's how you handle a bully. But I've been a bully fighter all my life. You know what I mean? Even when I always been a bully fighter. I had to just get the courage to fight bullies. So now I fight them every day. And I've been fighting them every day. Anybody who want to, bully me, press up on me, I usually just make short work of them and send them on about their business.
Well, bullies usually are bullied.
Really?
So that's usually why.
Well, maybe that's why my wife said I'm a bully, because I be bullied.
Do you think you're a bully?
No, I don't. I think I'm a bully.
Really?
Like I tell you, I'm a bully fighter.
Bully?
Anybody that got any little tendency of bully in them, if they roll up on me, I generally help them to deal with that.
Fight them?
Not now, hell. I'm too old to physically fight.
Not necessarily. Old people fight.
But not this one. I'm too old to be fighting folks.
Yes, you are.
I will put a hot one in you.
Yeah.
I will light a Negro up. I ain't gonna lie about that. Mm-hmm.
I believe it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Merry Christmas. So how can people get your book, Ms. Royalty?
You can purchase my book through Amazon.com. Type in Zinamon, Zinamon, girl. It'll come up a little quicker. And you can also go to my website, which is being, it's under construction, but you can still order. What I mean by under construction, I have products as well. And we're adding products, and that should be completed by March, the 1st of March. And also, you can just contact me through my social media.
Whatever you say, that's how people, don't say nothing when people start calling you.
And also, Instagram, which is Zinamon_Zinamon. You can reach me there.
Ashe, anything that you want to share with anybody who might be watching who might have a child who is experiencing bullying, and you might have some advice for them to help the child along?
Of course. Mm-hmm. Going through my bullying state in the time that I was bullying through the years, I had to learn to have self-confidence and love myself. And that's how you can overcome bullying. You got to learn who you are, whose you are eventually, and also love you as you are. And that's what I had to do. I've never been a skinny girl, teenager, lady, and now a seasoned woman. Never been skinny, have no desire to be, because I am grateful for the Creator for how He created me. And once you love yourself, and appreciate who you are and whose you are, then once a bully, I was bullied after I was crowned last July in Chicago. But guess what? Because I love myself and I've come a long way and appreciate who I am, I don't know everywhere I'm going, but I know I'm going some places because I'm here with Mr. Slaughter, Dr. Slaughter.
Top of the
a
world.
place I never dreamed I would be.
Ma, I made it, Ma.
But
Top of the world.
Just love yourself the way you are. Now, if you want to do something about it, love yourself as you are until you get where you're going. That's my advice.
Ashe. Oh, I'm telling you, man, I have enjoyed this time with you, dear sister. When do you think you might be, or do you think you might be in another competition in the not too distant future? Or once you the queen, you always the queen?
Well, I always be a queen. They call me Queen Z. But I'm not going to give that information yet. It won't be this year.
Okay.
Possibly next year. But I've been invited to be a part of some organizations and to encourage not just bullying, but also domestic violence. I experienced that as well. And so it's just been and I'm also a cancer survivor.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
A
unusual
blessing.
form of cancer.
Praise God. Praise the Creator.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But I'm a survivor, and since I believe and I'm a knower that He is a healer, He heals more than just your body. He heals your mind, your soul, your spirit. So I'm just here to encourage.
That's a beautiful thing.
It is.
We appreciate you for stopping through and kicking it with us.
Thank you
for a moment.
for
And of
having
course,
me.
you're welcome to come back and
I would
kick
love to
it
come
when
back
your
and
next
talk
book
about a
come
few
out or
things
whatever.
with you.
You want to talk about a few things with me?
Yes.
What you want to talk with me about?
God is guiding me, so I'll be back.
God is guiding. How God gonna tell you some stuff God ain't tell me?
No, It's not about you though.
What's
It's about
about?
to encourage other people. It's about you because it's
If
your
the law
show.
gonna send me some money?
He may.
Okay,
You never
well,
know.
Lord,
By the time I come back, I may be able to give you a donation.
tell Queen Z to bring me some money the next time she comes see me, Lord.
You never know.
Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, Queen Z,
Cinnamon girl
Sabrina
as well.
Zinamon. Put your hands together.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Did you do it like that? Yeah, that's how you do it. The queen way, you know what I'm saying? And now the queen, you know, the queen got the damn Roni, got the corona, she waving like that now. When we come back, the queen, I'm talking about Elizabeth. I'm talking about Queen Elizabeth. I ain't talking about you. You know the Queen Elizabeth got the coronavirus. I make fun of white folks every day now. You can't bother me with that now. You saw my show. You see what I do? I talk bad about white folk every day. All right, y'all. Yeah, we gonna take a picture and everything. Yeah, I ain't had no picture with no queen or royalty before. When we come back, man, we got another queen, and this queen ain't from Florida and Georgia. She's from Alabama and Georgia. So we got the whole southeastern United States held down today with royalty. Y'all stay tuned. My name is Slaughter. The name of the show is The Situation. We'll be back in a minute with more of it. Don't you go anywhere.
Whatever you do, don't touch that dial.
What he said.
If it makes sense, we have to go and do it, you know.
Yeah, what I man say. Right now, but each and every day I say, oh people now, yeah I say, freedom, freedom, freedom.
Yes, we're open.
We are open, and Sandtown Pub is ready to serve you. We're taking precautions, wearing masks, wearing gloves, sanitizing, and practicing social distancing. We've even partnered with local leaders to hand out free masks. So stop by and enjoy our outdoor patio, dine in, call ahead for pickup, get Uber Eats and DoorDash delivery, or order online at www.sandtownpub.com.
Peace family, it's your girl Shelly Set with Sun Goddess Sense, your one-stop natural shop. We are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, booth 225, inside the Forest Park International Discount Mall in Forest Park, Georgia. Come check us out. You can get your health and beauty items, aromatherapy, skincare, Pan-African apparel, and more. You can reach us at 404-434-7963 or sungoddess_sense on IG or sungoddess.sense on IG or Sun Goddess Sense like page on Facebook. Peace.
Season, no wanna be this wrong. Season just planning, just need a rain, but I won't keep you long. I'll go sit in that line, looking you right back. She all in her bed, need it real bad. I need it real bad. All in that, yeah, all in that, yeah.
Hi, I'm Broderick Gooch.
And I'm Tian Gooch.
And we're Gooch's Goodies.
Here at Gooch's Goodies, we specialize in delivering smiles and satisfaction to your home with our high-quality food at affordable prices.
Our signature sauces and dishes will guarantee a flavor that your family will love, and that's a Gooch's Goodies guarantee. You can follow us on Facebook,
DoorDash,
and Grubhub. See you soon.
ringing my bell. See this thing won't leave me alone. Chasing me down the block, follow me to my home. Please tell them ain't nothing here for you. Took my money, took my ride. Now what you want me to do? You say it's over, but I think you want more of my precious time. Well, if you think I'm losing my grip on it, trip on it, I'm losing my mind. 'Cause I dreamt I heard you say, mister, things we used to do in the night. Baby, you think you ever wanna do things with me again? Don't hesitate. Nothing but time. I'm losing my mind, baby. Ain't got nothing but time. Oh. Say you're done with my type of bullshit and you want to be free. Well, I know you're a sweet bird and you're flying through the trees, but your home is with me. And darling, I promise you I'll take the time to journey deep into your mind and find out what you need. But I need some time. I need some time. I'm losing my mind, baby. I need some time. Oh, oh,
You made a man take your gum. That was your gum. Ooh. What's going on, man? That was the soul of John Black. Black John, friend of the situation. I'm black, man. I'm back and I'm black. Man, okay, I got Craig. Craig light me up a little bit. Craig had me up in there, man. Oh, man, looking like, he got me looking like some straight melanin, vibranium. You know what I'm talking about? I was reading something, man, about vibranium, melanin the other day. They using melanin in computer chips or whatever.
It's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, welcome a regular contributor to the situation, none other than our political expert, our activism expert, you know, and just a down sister and our queen round here. You know what I'm talking about?
Righteous.
Queen Porch'se Miller. Put your hand together.
White power.
Queen Porch'se Miller.
What's going on?
What up, though?
What's going on, family? Beloved
Family. It's all good.
Yes.
It's a blessing, always a blessing to have you come through.
Awesome.
And
It's
bless,
always be a blessing
and
to
bless the
come.
beloved. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see how I done sided up for you.
Yeah, I
so
see
when
it.
you and young Reverend Miller, when you and young Reverend Miller come through, y'all have a place
that
to.
sounds good, Reverend Miller. I like that.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
So anyway, man, glad to see y'all.
Let's manifest that.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I had a Queen Zinamon up in here.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and that was interesting engagement, and I was thankful to have, you know, a sister who represent for the plus size beauty.
Beautiful.
But you know
lady.
what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think they ought to have different categories for beauty contests. I think they need to let sisters, you know, big sisters compete against the small sisters and let y'all see for real how much the brothers, what the brothers really like.
Let's talk about that part.
You see what I'm saying?
But look, when I used to, you know, I told you how I got my nickname Queen. It wasn't because of the movement, it was because I did pageants.
Okay.
Yeah. And in Alabama, you know, I competed against plus size females. You know, when I was young, I probably was a little smaller, but they was winning too. So there's no competition when your beauty is inside and out. So don't get it confused.
That's what I'm trying
These
to.
plus size women, well, I am now. We are winning.
Yeah. Just like big Negroes. I ain't trying to let nobody. Ain't nobody gonna make me feel bad about nothing.
Not
About
at all.
me.
Not about me. Oh no, the confidence is on swell.
On 24.
Okay.
On 22. On 222. 2022.
With some subwoofers in the back.
Yeah. So it's like we saying, well, when we started off, there's a whole lot going on in the world.
That really wasn't a joke. That was really like a serious statement.
Yeah,
I mean,
no
like,
doubt about it.
What is going on in Russia with Russia and Ukraine?
Queen, I think that an invasion is underway.
That's what it is.
And I think that the U.S. kind of wants to try to save face in this because they had pledged their support to Ukraine.
They did.
But the reality is that that's European business. I know they say NATO is the solid rock of Europe and the presence of the U.S. combined with the other European nations that are aligned with the U.S. Got the power, and the U.S. got the greatest army, and blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. But the Russians and the Chinese, man, they letting you know we together, so we ain't really scared of y'all, and the things that we want to do, we gonna do them things.
Yes, and the thing is, just imagine if Orange 45 was still in the seat and they pulling these antics. You see how the insurrection had done happen, right? Yeah. Now, and the insurrection was actually fulfilled. They went in there to do what they did. Them Neanderthals went in there and did what they wanted to do in the most barbaric way you can show white supremacy history.
They weren't talking about it, Queen, like they supposed to talk about that thing. They didn't talk about they rubbed doo-doo on the wall and peed on the people's desks. They ain't talking about how nasty and grimy they got with it. They smeared dookie on the wall of the Capitol.
Surprised?
No, I'm not surprised. But what makes me surprised is that it wasn't covered like it should have been covered. They should have been talking about that. You know what I'm saying?
They brought it all out afterward.
Yeah, but you know, but that shows just how grimy white folks are. And could you imagine, though, Queen? I don't even want to make you have to think about this, though. But that kind of behavior what it does is give you a insight on the way that they behaved before
educate
there was
the
any
masses.
kind of brakes put on their behavior.
Ashe.
When they could do whatever they wanted to do to niggas, you can imagine, you can believe they did it all.
Yes.
They did it all to us. That's why I don't understand why black people be loving white folks so hard. I really can't understand it because we be acting like that memory ain't in it. I can feel it.
You can feel it.
Man, I was
and
out.
if you're not careful, they will enslave you to do what you want for them. They will enslave you to do what you want for them.
No doubt about it.
You won't even see it.
And you don't even know that's what you're doing.
Yeah, you don't even know that's what you're doing.
Man, and that's what I mean. I think, as much as I love and respect LeBron James, I think that's what got him the other day when Macy Gray was singing the national anthem, and he thought it was funny.
I thought it was awesome.
I thought I was saying earlier.
Who she's?
I'm telling you, this is the first time I ever felt it. I ain't gonna. Y'all want me to tell you the truth? Man, I cried a little bit, man. That's the first time ever I done cried a little bit. When off the national anthem, I ain't never felt nothing off of that before. But when she sang it, what I heard was, what I saw was a choir of butt-naked black people standing on the slave block singing that shit.
Jesus.
That's what the image in my mind. Because whenever you make me, because they forced us as children to sing it.
Yeah.
Right, and we learned it in elementary school. They forced us to sing it.
But they forgot about the second verses and the third verse.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And we act like, because see, that's ignorance. We talking about ignorance now. We are ignorant of the content of the second verse, and we act like we don't know that the second verse is necessarily connected to the first verse. Right, and in the second verse it says there is no escape for the slave.
There is no escape for the slave.
like nigga, we gonna enslave y'all forever, and we gonna make you sing about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why we had to come up with our own.
And it was dope. And did you check out? Oh, Queen, I know you bust this. Did you hear the national anthem being sung at the Super Bowl?
Yes.
The black national anthem.
You talking about Mary Mary?
That's
I know exactly who you talking about.
But did
Tina
you bust
Erica
it?
Campbell.
But did it? But they. I mean, it was one of the dopest, most professional, most. Because
I'm getting chills because, honey, you could have shouted at the end of that one.
Because that's not an easy song to sing.
No, it's not.
We sung it at church Sunday, man. We got down though.
I saw. I watched.
But what made me mad though is they made them sing it outside.
They did.
They didn't want the white folks to get upset about them singing the Negro national anthem.
Everybody was concerned on why Mary Mary, was singing on the outside of that stadium. That was the question at hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was just, but it just let you know, man, we be walking around here like things is cool and things ain't cool.
No, nothing is cool right now. Wherever there's an L, there's a W.
Yeah.
So I want to give my sympathy before we even get this started to Dante Wright's family, the mother Katie Wright, his father Aubrey Wright, and the siblings. I met the daughter of Katie Wright, Dante's Wright's sister, down in Tampa, Florida, when I went down there for an action. And when the young lady got up on the stage to speak upon her beloved lost brother, Dante Wright, and she was, as she was going into saying about the verdict that was going to be taking place, which was a couple of days ago, this young lady was shaking. Her whole body was just shaking. The fighter's flight, the anxiety of the fact to know what the verdict was going to be. And to see the white woman tears against another white woman's tears, and to see that the white woman that had the black handsome child at 20 years old, tears was not even effective against the white woman that killed by mistake, which is bullshit. And I'm going to say it over and over and over again. You don't mistakenly kill someone when you know your taser is on one side and your Glock is on the other. Now, allow one of us as veterans, and I'm a U.S. Army veteran, would have mistakenly killed an insurgent. That'd have been federal. I would have been arrested federally and sent to Fort Leavenworth.
Right.
Do you understand where I'm coming from? I'm trying to understand where is why is it such a oxymoron when it comes to these police by mistake killing this boy and only getting 16 months and 8 months of supervisor probation.
It's a damn shame. And she gonna be protected in there because the police gonna be protecting the police.
Yeah, and then you had the Asian judge.
I don't even want to talk. Well, I did talk about it earlier.
You know what? I'm not okay.
They made there should be outrage though, because in the judicial system, the judge is supposed to be nonpartisan. In that, the judge is supposed to be objectively dispensing justice based upon the facts.
Correct.
Right? And what this judge did was got all sappy and emotional over a white woman pretending to cry.
To care.
I'm like, this.
That's the same thing happened in the Rittenhouse case.
Yeah, it was the same thing. She looked like a male version of Cow. Yeah, but that's the thing I think that they telling each other to do now. Because I reported earlier that the other one of the police that murdered George Floyd, he got on the stand acting like he was gonna cry yesterday. acting like they holding back tears.
I have been so caught up in the Arbery case. They wasn't showing it, but we had an 800 number where we can go in and listen in. I didn't even get to the police officer now that's going getting convicted for the murder of George Floyd. It's just so much going on.
Yeah. And you know what they did? They put the federal trial first before they did the state trial in that case with them other three. With the other three. And I've said this and I mean it. They all are guilty of first degree murder.
Absolutely.
That low man, he murdered Tamir Rice. He always, when I ask the Lord to kill somebody, when I pray every night, I always ask the Lord to murder his ass first. But, cause he killed a baby.
He did.
But what's that cracker name up there in Minneapolis that's in jail for murdering George Floyd? For murdering George Floyd.
David.
What's that? Chauvin. He could not have committed that murder by himself. No. He needed them other folks holding that man down for him to be able to hold his knee on his neck.
His calf, his knees, his thighs, his back, and his neck.
Exactly. Because one little punk ass cracker couldn't hold that black man down.
No, George was a.
No, he was a real man.
Yeah, that was a
I don't even want to talk about what I saw the other day. I saw something, and I'm good. I'm good, boy, because I saw something the other week that I don't know. Maybe I'll tell you about it off the air, but I can't talk. I don't want to talk about it on there.
We'll talk about it next time.
It had to do with George Floyd, though.
Yeah.
Let me just say, George Floyd was a man. Let me just say, I just say it like that. You seen it? You seen it?
Yeah, that was online a long time ago. But when that came out? That came out when they was trying to defamate his character.
Okay.
That's when that came out. That's why
I didn't see it back then. I just saw it a couple of weeks ago.
It came out when they tried to defamate his character. That's how they do us.
Yeah, that is.
When we're the ones, the victim, they come in and try to defamate our character. So the L came from the verdict of Dante Wright, but then we come to the federal hate crime of the verdict of the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. All 5 counts, all 3 of them was found guilty.
Yeah.
Around 10:35 today.
That means they're gonna be in jail until
they die.
And that's appropriate.
Yeah, that's very appropriate. They should have got the chair, but whatever.
We should have got old lightning, but they got a pass.
Yeah.
Oh man, we was talking about earlier. This shit's so funny. The 17 times of the push down.
I'm talking about. Listen, you talk about the man,
Yes, Lord.
of Applebee's.
Yes, Lord.
Yes.
Yes, Lord.
He really won the crown for Black history. Only thing I could think of when that was going on was Django.
Django, yeah.
When he got that when he had took that whip.
Yeah, and with the whip.
Yes, he slapped that man with the open hand.
He's like, I'm not trying to kill you.
And a push.
Because if I put this bone on you, I'm gonna lay you out forever. I'm just trying to show you how to use your mouth. Don't use your mouth like that.
Yeah. When I told you not to say that, you gonna sit up there and say black and the N-word all at one time.
Yeah.
And now I gotta sit here and open hand.
Yeah, I whooped him like he was his child.
In the back of the head.
Yeah, I wouldn't even whoop my child like that.
No, not at all.
He whooped him, no. But he whooped him like he was his inferior. He whooped him like he was teaching him.
He was.
It was an
teaching him.
instructional ass
And did you see
whooping.
his wife? And then the white man's wife was like, "Lord Jesus, baby, honey, we gotta go."
Yeah, these are lessons you should have learned, honey. You out here getting taught in the public.
But it have to be like that sometimes.
Yes, I'm gonna teach you today, you dirty ass cracker. So we done dealt with the world, Ukraine. The world is about probably by the next time we speak, Queen. This country or this world will probably be engaged in another world war.
I'm realizing every time Democrats get in the seat, we end up at war. That needs to be addressed on the why. Inflation is up on food and gas.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yes.
And gas went up from yesterday to today another damn 10 cents.
Yeah.
Because of the fear of the war.
Yeah.
But you're right. Democrats have a tendency to start wars in order to make the money flow. What Republicans do is that they give the top 1% or the top 2% massive tax cuts. That's how they
On the exception of George W.
Well, George W., he got his he made that money flow. He started a war because they blowed up the World Trade Center. And he did. He was sitting up there reading the book upside down.
Yeah.
To the children. I ain't never seen no shit like that before in my life. But it took Donald Trump coming along to make us forget how ignorant George Bush was. Because George Bush was the ignorant.
And George W. was so happy. He came out. Didn't see him in years. He just come out of nowhere like, "Hey, I love everybody."
He like, I just like to snort that powder,
Oh, Jesus.